Last summer I said to myself, no more excuses. Okay, I may not have a camera, but I can still create something that's impactful, and that even though I may not have much experience or equipment, that I can still make something that I'm proud of and can share with others. If you relate to that, welcome to the Don't Wait series, and today I'm going to be walking through some scenes from a music video I made for a song called Breathe.
Breathe! What? Breathe, bro! No.
Shout out to Adams.Wav, and I'll also be offering advice as to how you can make your own video with just your smartphone. But what I really hope you take away from this video is how you can find new ways to overcome obstacles and turn your passion into power. Tip number one, you gotta master your settings, okay? You have to know how every single setting in your camera will affect your shot, and there are tons of videos on YouTube that go into great detail so you can really understand these concepts. The problem with phones is that they're not real cameras, but that's okay. It's gonna be more difficult to get the beautiful shots, but it is still possible. For starters, clear out your storage and shoot in 4K. Shoot your primary shots or your A-roll in 24 frames per second at 1/48 shutter speed, and shoot your secondary shots or your B-roll at 30 or 60 FPS with, again, double the shutter speed. In my opening scene, I'm walking towards Jared here and I'm pushing the camera towards him. And three things make this shot possible. Number one is an ND filter. Now, ND filters are invaluable for cameras, but especially for phones. When you shoot at 24 FPS, 1/48 shutter speed, you're letting in a lot of light, and it will leave your image looking blown out and just super bright. ND filters are like sunglasses that allow you to reduce the amount of light and keep the settings that make your shots look cinematic. This adjustable ND filter by Newer basically never leaves my bag. However, if you're really in a pinch, you could probably take a pair of sunglasses and put it over your lens. Number 2 and 3 as to how I got this shot was about keeping the camera steady. For this video, a lot of shots were done with a gimbal, specifically the DJI Osmo 4 phone gimbal, and I also added some extra stabilization in post in Premiere Pro using the warp stabilizer. You don't need these things to get a steady shot, but it will be more difficult. Tip number 2, plan everything, at least if you want to tell a story. If you want to throw together some clips, then be my guest. But I sat down with Malika and Jared because we really wanted to tell a story with this video. We wanted to portray the lyrics and the message of the song, and so we sat down and we brainstormed some ideas for the sequences in this video. Breathe, as the title suggests, is about taking a breath of fresh air, learning to let go of stress, and focusing on gratitude. So we knew we wanted a lot of shots to be outside, action shots, having fun. In the end, we also wanted a big party scene, so we had to hit up some friends and find a time and place to shoot. What you really want to plan though are your transitions, because it'll make editing way easier, and the last thing you want to do is try and stitch together 2 random shots. For my first example of transitions, we use a lot of shots where Jared or Malachi are in the center of the frame, but the background is changing while they're doing different actions or lip syncing. My second example are in the studio and the party scenes where I used people's clothes to block out the frame and cut to another shot with the same camera motion revealing a new shot. Tip number 3, have fun. Okay, I know I said to plan everything, but honestly, you never know what might turn out to be a cool shot, and it also really helped us get over some creative blocks whenever we got stuck. Some fun stuff we tried in this video was taping my phone and a tripod to the hood of Malachi's car for this shot. We got into a YMCA with as it was about to close to get some shots for a gym sequence. We secretly filmed in an actual university library. Jared jumped off a bridge and climbed a playground set in a park to get these shots, and the party scene was absolute fun. We only had about an hour to shoot, and we had to teach everyone the choreography, but in the end it worked out, and we also added in a freestyle sequence just to let everyone have fun. And trust me, emotions go a long way in making the videos really feel real. Tip number 4 is work with what you have. Okay, stop focusing on what you don't have and learn to maximize what you do have. For example, light, and especially sunlight, is free. For our party scene, we had these 2 box lights and the string lights to add to our scene, but a lot of shots were just done with sunlight or the lights that were already in the room. Make sure that the source of the light isn't behind your subject, or else it'll be really dark. You want to have the light in front of, or at least to the side of the subject. In this scene, there were 2 windows with light that we couldn't really keep out, and so I added a mask layer over Jared's face in Premiere Pro to try and bring back some of that detail. Next, you don't need some crazy movie set for your shots, but you may need to be willing to look dumb in front of some people. Some shots were done in a house or in a basement, but others were done in public. There were shots we did that were on the streets, in the YMCA, as I said, in school buildings, public parks, basketball courts. We even went into the woods. Real skill isn't just relying on some set designer, it's learning how to turn any space around you into a movie set. And that just comes with experience that even I'm still learning. On that note, you also can't switch lenses with your phone as you can with a camera, at least for the most part. And so in order to get great shots, you need to get closer, you need to control your focus manually. Remove distractions from your background and only allow your audience to see what you want them to see. When it comes to composition, I really love the rule of thirds. I never turn it off on my camera. It really helps me to line up shots more quickly and accurately and get better images. Tip number 5 and my last tip is don't be afraid to make mistakes. Okay, this video is not perfect. Okay, the colors aren't perfect, the lighting isn't always perfect. You can even find me in 2 of the reflections. Even for the final sequence of the party scene, I wanted to shoot it in slow motion. However, I accidentally recorded in 30 FPS instead of 120. To try and make up for this, I used frame blending that Premiere Pro offers to try and give it the vibe that I was going for. For example, I love this moving clone shot that we pulled off. I used my gimbal to record the same right to left pan over and over and over again in order to record Malachi to do these 6 different actions. We were also playing the song out loud on the speaker so he could get the timing right. After we shot all those takes, I went to YouTube and discovered tutorials on how to do masks and blend the shots together in order to make it as seamless as possible. Go check out Adams.Wav and Stream Breathe on Spotify. They also have some new music coming out soon. I'll be doing more videos on how to turn your smartphone into a camera and how to turn your passion into power. So go ahead and subscribe so that you don't miss anything. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and remember, don't wait for a hero, go be one. Peace.